Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're looking at something pretty serious sources outlining what looks like a major crisis in a big industry. It's all being driven by AI. Now, the data we have focuses mostly on the B2B packaging world, which is huge. But honestly, the lessons here, they hit home for basically any specialized B2B sector that hasn't, caught up yet. And the headline claim here is frankly stunning. It suggests 90% of these specialized sales teams are already obsolete. 90%. And the really scary part, they don't seem to realize it. They're working harder, making more calls, but they're customers. They're just going around them.
That's right. And that's really our mission for this deep dive. We need to understand this fundamental shift. How the whole B2B buying process has been turned upside down. We'll look at why companies, even successful ones, are failing to adapt. It's almost like choosing to disappear. And then we'll map out the survival strategy, the AI-driven one. The core idea, really, is this switch. It used to be buyer to salesperson. That was B2B for decades. Now, it's buyer to AI. And if your company isn't set up for that conversation, the automated one, you're basically invisible.
Okay, let's break that down. Anyone in the industrial space knows the old routine, right? Sales reps out on the road, factory visits, cold calls. Maybe hitting a 5% close rate. They look busy, they feel productive, but the results just aren't there like they used to be. And the new buyer behavior, this is what's really interesting. Procurement folks aren't just Googling supplier lists anymore. They're actually firing up AI tools, large language models, maybe specialized agents, and asking really specific problem-focused questions. Like, find me the exact solution to cut my packaging costs by 30%.
Exactly. That's
Right.
a critical difference. The search isn't vendor first anymore, like who sells boxes. It's solution first. What's the absolute best way to hit this specific cost target and meet these specific pharma regulations?
Yeah.
That kind of thing. And this points to the really brutal truth here. If your company has amazing specialized expertise, the stuff you spent years perfecting, but nobody can find it online to feed those AI answers,
Yeah.
then effectively you don't exist to that buyer. Your expertise might as well not be there. Invisible expertise is, well, it's worthless now.
Right. And we have a case study in the sources that just nails this. They looked at this manufacturer, an incredible company, apparently. They had the specialized solution saving food companies over $500,000 a year annually in packaging costs. I mean, that's game-changing value.
Oh.
But when they asked the CEO why you couldn't find any details about this amazing thing on their website, his answer was, well, it was pure fear. He literally said, we don't put that online. Competitors might copy us.
It's tragically ironic, isn't it? Because of that fear, that secrecy, their sales team, 8 people, is stuck competing on price. Just like the generic commodity guys are sitting on this gold mine, this $500,000 solution, but digitally. They look completely generic. There's no unique data for the customer's AI to grab onto. Meanwhile, the commodity suppliers, even if they're just basic, they list their stuff openly. Their capabilities, cost factors. They might even have AI agents feeding info into the system 24/7. And the company with the revolutionary fix, invisible. The customers who need the most can't find them through the tools they're now using.
Wow. So basically, the moment he decided to hide that secret sauce, he kind of sealed their fate, it sounds like it. So if the customer isn't starting with the sales rep anymore, where are they starting? You said the whole process is flipped.
Completely flipped. Buyers used to kick things off with a human interaction, maybe a trade show, a referral, even a cold call response. Now they start with AI. And here's the key part. They complete 4 crucial steps before they even think about talking to a person. They use AI to, 1, really nail down their technical problem. 2, they research all the possible solutions out there. 3, they compare the options, features, drawbacks, pricing, the whole 9 yards. And 4, they narrow it all down to just 2 or 3 qualified suppliers.
4 steps done before a human even gets involved. The impact of that, it must be huge. By the time a sales rep gets that call.
The decision is practically made. The sources suggest maybe 80% made.
80%.
Yeah. So if your company's expertise wasn't visible enough, wasn't discoverable enough to make that initial AI-generated shortlist of 2 or 3, you're already out. You didn't even know the game was being played. That call the rep gets, it's often just a final check, price confirmation, logistics, maybe lead times. They aren't selling value at that point. They're just confirming details. The value was sold or not sold by the data your company fed or didn't feed to the AI much earlier.
And this isn't some far-off future thing, is it? The timeline sounds aggressive. The sources mention this packaging apocalypse report. An AI analysis predicting 40% of current manufacturers wiped out by 2027. 40%.
That's the projection. And the AI identified these clear phases. Phase 1 is happening right now, 2024. Around 30% of these critical sourcing searches, already starting with AI agents, buyers are bypassing sales.
30% now. What's next?
Phase 2 hits next year. 2025, just 12 months out. That jumps to 60% of searches starting with AI. And this is where the generic websites, the ones that just say, we provide quality packaging solutions, they basically become invisible. Their search traffic just dries up.
Wow. Okay. And phase three.
That's the final shakeout, 2026, rolling into 2027.
Yeah.
The predicted 40% elimination happens. The companies whose whole identity is just we do packaging, they get swallowed up by the ones who've become known, digitally famous, for solving very specific problems.
Okay, this brings us to I think, the absolute core question here.
Mhm.
Why? When the data seems so clear, so existential, why would companies choose? Well, choose what looks like extinction. You
Yeah.
said this is a $50 billion sector. And they're choosing not to implement a solution that costs less than, what, half of one mediocre salesperson's salary?
It seems completely irrational, but it's happening. It's like a self-preservation instinct gone wrong, leading straight to, well, death. They'll greenlight $85,000 for a new sales hire, hoping one person can magically reverse this massive structural shift. Or they'll drop $25,000, easy, on a booth at a trade show, but suggest a, say, $1,500 discovery session to figure out how to make their actual $500,000 expertise discoverable by AI. Suddenly it's, we have a budget freeze.
I mean, I went to one of those big industry shows last year, and you're right, it felt less like serious buyers making decisions and more like, I don't know, everyone just reassuring each other that nothing's changed. Spending $25K to wave hello and pretend it's still 2010.
That's exactly the feeling. And it's because they're caught in these psychological traps the
Mhm.
sources identify. It feels safer to stick with the old ways, even as the ship is
At
sinking.
least we know they're failing, but why are they failing? What are these traps?
Right. The sources point to three main ones. And they're powerful because they make leaders feel like they're in control, even when they're not. First up is the activity illusion. You see your sales team, they're buzzing. More calls, more meetings, writing more proposals than ever. It looks like progress. Leaders mistake all that sheer activity for actual results. They feel busy, they feel productive, but underneath, market share is quietly bleeding away because the competition is playing a totally different game.
Yeah, that makes sense. Running flat out, but on a treadmill. Okay, what's the second one?
The sunk cost trap.
Exactly. Think about it. These companies have poured millions over decades into the old way. CRMs, sales training, physical infrastructure, huge sales teams, all built for the buyer to salesperson model. Now, admitting that entire structure is basically obsolete, that feels like admitting all that past investment, all that effort was wasted. It's a huge psychological hurdle. It hits the ego. So it's easier to just cling to the old way and hope somehow it comes back.
Which it won't.
Yep.
Okay, and the third one, the secrecy addiction. We touched on this with that CEO hiding the $500,000 solution.
Yeah, and it's arguably the most destructive strategy right now. This paranoia that a competitor might steal your secret sauce, your specific process, your hard-won expertise.
Yeah.
It leads companies to choose invisibility. They'd rather die unknown than risk being copied just a little bit. But look at what's happening. The specialized competitors who are sharing openly, the ones explaining exactly how they solve tricky problems, they're the ones the AI finds. They're dominating the recommendations, landing the high-value contracts, and basically defining the entire market going forward. Being the best-kept secret used to be a good thing, maybe. Now, it's the fast lane to irrelevance.
And I guess when the whole industry is kind of failing in the same way, it starts to feel normal. Like, oh, everyone's sales are down.
That's the collective denial. It becomes a comforting excuse. Everyone's struggling, instead of the massive warning siren it should be. These shared beliefs that relationships matter more than being findable online, or that trade shows are still the key. They just blind everyone to the new AI-driven reality. The AI doesn't care about the handshake deal on the golf course. It cares if your company's digital footprint screams expert for the exact problem the buyer just typed into the search box.
Okay, so if more reps and more cold calls aren't the answer, what is? How do companies get out of this? It sounds like it all comes down to making that hidden expertise, that specialized knowledge, discoverable by the AI systems customers are already using. The sources lay out these 4 essential pillars for survival, right? Identified by the AI analysis itself.
That's correct. These are the non-negotiables, the shifts required for any specialized manufacturer who wants to still be around past 2027. Pillar 1. Say what others won't say. Be transparent. You absolutely have to tackle the big 5 questions buyers have right there on your website and digital channels. That means talking about cost and price drivers. No more call for, quote, nonsense. Address the problems and fears buyers have related to your solution and explain how you solve them. Provide real, objective comparisons, show off high-quality reviews and case studies, and clearly define why you are the best or top solution for a very specific need or application.
Okay, say what others won't. Then pillar 2, show what others won't show.
Right. Stop just claiming you're an expert. Prove it. Video is key here. Use video to actually demonstrate your capabilities, show your specialized solutions in action, highlight the real benefits, make the value tangible, visible, obvious.
Makes sense. Pillar 3, sell how others won't sell.
This is about enabling the buyer. You need to create what they call a seller-free sales experience, at least for the initial research phases. Give them tools, self-service options, configurators, deep educational content that let them go through those first 4 research steps completely on their own, at their own pace. No pressure, no immediate sales pitch. Let them learn and decide independently.
Okay, self-service. And the last one, pillar 4, which seems a bit counterintuitive in an AI world. Be more human.
It does seem counterintuitive, doesn't it? But it's crucial for cutting through the noise. As AI generates more and more generic, synthetic-sounding content online, buyers are going to crave authenticity. They'll look for real human connection to gauge trustworthiness. So this pillar says, use actual names, real faces, human voices. Show the people behind the expertise. Build that personal connection. It differentiates you from the flood of bland AI-written stuff your competitors might be churning out. A video of the CEO, a named engineer, explaining something complex that signals authenticity in a way AI struggles to replicate.
This whole situation, it really drives home that comparison the AI analysis made. Blockbuster versus Netflix. It feels like the specialized packaging industry and probably many other specialized B2B sectors are right at that same kind of crossroads. Blockbuster had everything going for them back then, the brand, the customers, the stores everywhere, but they just refused to see how people wanted to get their movies. They clung to the physical stores, ignored the digital shift.
And vanished completely. That refusal to adapt to the customer's new way of doing things was fatal. And that's the stark choice these sources present for B2B leaders today. It's binary. Adapt how you share your knowledge for the AI age, or you become invisible. You become extinct. There's no middle ground where you can just keep doing things the old way and somehow succeed.
Yeah.
That time is over.
So wrapping this up, what's the key takeaway for you, the listener, maybe a leader in a specialized field?
I mean, we've seen the evidence. The question isn't if AI will change B2B buying. It already has. The real choice is, will you, with your unique expertise, feed that knowledge into the AI systems your future customers are definitely using? Or will you keep hiding it behind sales models that just don't work anymore? The future, according to this analysis, belongs only to the specialists who stop trying to be the best-kept secret and start actively working to become famous for solving very specific, very valuable problems.
So maybe think about it in your own context. If you're that expert, what critical solution, what unique advantage are you currently keeping under wraps? What's that thing your competitors are probably terrified you have, but you're hiding it because of that secrecy addiction, that hidden gem? That's the information that needs to become your new digital ambassador, your new AI-powered sales engine. And remember that final warning from the AI report. It's pretty brutal. The cost of waiting isn't linear, it's exponential. Wait until 2025, catching up gets incredibly hard. Wait until 2027, the market cleanup will likely be done. You're either discoverable by then or you're probably dead. Make your expertise known now.